Well, it's my birthday today. It is the 29th. This is most probably going up either day, 2 days later. So I've always wanted a cake for my birthday, but it was really impossible to make, and I thought I would give it a go in making this one here for my birthday. So I've made a fruit cake as it's the Christmas season, and I've done this at the top, but I don't want to cook too much for dough because I know it takes so long. Like this took, what I was going to do is I actually was going to do more of a dome shape, but I realised that it was going to take too long. Like this took quite a few hours to cook. So what I've done is I've actually flattened this out, so I made sure the pan that I cooked it in had a flat base instead of rounded. So I've done this, and what I'm going to do is actually fill it in with icing, which obviously won't be eaten. But first of all, I'm going to do a thin layer of ganache, which is just white chocolate, and instead of using double cream, we've used, what was it, the caramel
liqueur.
Caramel liqueur. It smells so good. It's Christmas, why not? So I'm just going to put a little spoonful. Like, you only need a thin layer, like you don't hardly need anything, because I'm going to be putting fondant and I'm going to be putting a thin layer of marzipan on here as well. So seriously, don't put too much because it's going to be way too sickly. As you can see, that's the dogs. You'll most really see in the last video that I put up, Patch has got his bits done, so Molly's in season. So we chose a really great time to do it, didn't we, babe? Patch is constantly moaning and being a nincompoop and in pain because he's just had his bits done. So it's very entertaining in this house at the moment. So I'm going to carry on, literally just spread it around thinly. You don't have to do an amazing job. This is going to be covered up. Seriously, don't go crazy. As you know, I can't do this too much, and if you are also disabled like me and suffer from chronic pain, that's wrong, nobody wants to do it. Yeah, we're going to just do a quick layer and I'll be back when it's done. As you can see, I've done a thin layer all round. It's nothing special, seriously. Don't stress yourself about it. And then what I'm going to do is I've got some fondant here. I'm just going to basically mould it into a small little dome shape, but it needs some kneading. And then afterwards we can literally use the ganache to straighten up the edges. Like, don't stress yourself about it, seriously. So to make the actual peak, literally use the palm of your hand like that. And then what we're going to do is place that down. This is a bit of a sticky situation, but seriously, don't worry about it. And then what we'll do is we'll straighten all that out with the ganache at later point. So I'm just going to cover that and I'll be back in a bit. Literally nothing special. I don't want it to be anything special. I'm not seriously one of these decorators. Don't hate me. Yeah, literally just basic. I've covered it in ganache, only a thin coat, because I'm going to literally cover this in marzipan and fondant anyway. So I'm going to place this in the fridge and I'll start covering it in marzipan then. So I'll see you in a bit. Taking this out of the fridge and it's all hardened. I left it out for a bit so it starts to sweat, and then all I'm going to do, I've already rolled out some marzipan and I'm going to put it on the top. So basically this is just ice and sugar on the bottom here. So you just roll it up. Done a bit too much now. Let's take a bit of that off. That's a bit too much. Cover that slowly. And then all you're going to basically do is just slowly make sure you've got a thin coat here. Can you get the pizza cutter for me, please? There's lots of bumps on this, but I want those bumps. So we're going to keep them in. And then we're going to try and tuck this under a bit.
We're going to try and find a pizza cutter.
Try and find a pizza cutter. Just cut around. It'll really come off really easy. Is your first layer done, and then all I'm going to do, because I'm making this as you've seen earlier, I am now going to go and I've got some Tesco's ready to roll icing, because I'm not going to stand here for God knows how long and try and make some red icing, because even with the gel I found using the white icing, trying to colour it with gel, it still doesn't get the really strong red that you get with ready roll, and it's easier. So this is the second coat, and seriously, like, don't worry about it being neat. I ain't one of those cake decorators. Yeah. Literally just nice and softly, gradually tease it all the way down, and the fondant will go with you. And all I want to do is tuck it under a little tiny bit, but I want this fondant, it's going to be really hard to explain now, I want this fondant, where I've got it gathered, I want it to lap a bit. So if I try and show you here, like, see where it's going over here, I want it to lap over a bit like that, where it comes down, and then push it down here, and then lap it over again, and then here. So see this bit here, instead of like evening it out and smoothing it out, don't smooth it out, and then lap it over again, like this, and then push it under, then go here, and then instead of smoothing out, smooth it here, and then push the layer over to make this crease, and then do it again. And that one is obviously going to be the other way. That's fine. So smooth section out, and then where it comes down like this, don't smooth it out. Literally push it round, because I want that gathering to be there. So then push that over. So then see there. So push it, gather, and then push it under. The version that is in the book is actually a little bit smaller than this, but I've done a 10-inch cake. I think it said a 6-inch cake. I'll actually link the recipe down below. So yeah, I went a bit bigger because I wanted the actual mushroom roof, say, of my mushroom house to be a little bit bigger, so more animated than it actually is in the book. So now that I've done that, literally just go around with your fingers and push. Then that's done, and then I'm going to put this back in the fridge to let it cool, and then all I'm going to do after that then is add my little white circles, and then I'll start working on the base. So I'll see you in a bit. So what I'm basically going to do now is decorate the top, and with this they've put licorice on the top, but because I'm celiac and I can't have wheat, I can't have licorice. So I wanted to change it up, and because this is so old, I kind of wanted to like update it a bit, kind of thing. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to just use, I think it's number 3 cutter, and I'm going to make a little window to go on the top of my house. Where should I put cut? What's here? Yeah, I'm going to put this on the roof in the centre at the front. So literally put it right in the centre. So this is the base of my window, and then what I'm going to do is put like a little window ledge and stuff like that on later, but this has actually got to dry first, because I don't really want to mess around with this too much, because it's just going to slip and stretch, because I want this to be a bit thicker. And then after that, now you can follow around and put the rest of your circles. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to use a number 1 and number 2. And this isn't very thick either, literally hardly any fondant at all. I wanted to go a little bit thicker because they're really thin on here, but I kind of dogs are eating. You can hear the munching in the corner. So literally all I'm going around is pushing on the edge. So around the edge it thins out a bit more. And then in the centre it's a bit thicker. And then I think I'm going to use more of my number 1 than I am number 2. I like the shape of this one more from somewhere.
Probably our fault.
This in action. Again, just move around the edge. I'm not going to put much on, because I don't feel like it needs much. Is that Patch making those noises?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our poor Patchy. Feeling sorry for himself. He stopped crying though.
He's been having a ball,
Now
hasn't
he's
he?
just heavy breathing. Really. So I'm going to tap one to go under. I feel quite childish wanting this cake for like 30. Oh my god. I know. Comment down below if you think I'm childish for wanting a kid's cake for my birthday. Is it childish? Oh. I don't care. Do you think it's childish?
No, not at all, love.
I told my mum, because she was the one, like I told you earlier, she really wanted to make this cake for me as a kid. And it was like back then you just didn't have all the things that you've got now to be able to make cakes. So it was a lot more difficult back then to make a cake like this. And I told her today that I was making this cake. And she got quite emotional, like thinking that she couldn't make this cake, but like years and years later I'm actually making the cake for myself. So I think once she sees this, she'll be like, ooh, that's how you do it. So I'm going to keep on repeating this and pushing it under. You don't want to be watching this too long because it's going to get really boring. So I will see you in a bit once I've finished concentrating on the window and the front. And what I kind of want to do is like kind of make a little ledge for the window. So all I'm going to do is put this on the side here. And I've used a number 3, and then on the inside it was a number 2. And all I'm going to do is go around the top like this. And then using my brush, push this side in, like so, and make sure it's all pushed right back to the cake. That's going to make it a lot more sturdier. So that is the start of it. And then all I want to do underneath is I kind of want to get like a little ledge on it. So I'm going to cut this in half because that's a bit too long. And make sure it's got a straight edge on it. And then go around and actually push that in, so you don't want bits sticking out because it won't stick to the side of the other icing then. And try not to stretch. I don't know. A tiny bit of water on the bottom here. And then all you're going to do is literally push that up. And that will be your window ledge. The window, and then I'll go back and then I'll like put the trim. Is it called trim? Window trim?
That'll do.
The cross bit. The cross bit.
That'll do.
You know what I mean? So I literally put
The frame.
the frame on the window then. It's literally, all you have to do is, I've got black ice in here. Don't stress. Fine. You know, I could stress and let everything be perfect, but I don't want to do that. Why stress? Why stress? Literally measure it with my ruler pin because I've got a ruler. About that long.
That's about 6 inch.
About that long. Oh God. It's all going downhill. No. That's the start. Get a little bit of the sugared water. And if it doesn't fit, you can always cut it off anyway, so don't stress too much about it, seriously. That's one thing I don't like doing, is over stressing when doing cakes, because I've been there and I've done that. Somebody's laughing in the background because I actually punched a cake. Maybe we should do like, comment down below if you'd like a question time, and we'll have questions. Should we have questions? And then we can explain what happened.
I'll never forget that day.
It was a learning curve. Learning curve.
I've never seen a house clear so fast.
Basically, I got asked, because I was making a cake for a friend, and I got asked to make a Princess Castle cake, and it was a huge cake. It literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It had 4 big pillars on the outside, and then it had another 3 in the middle. It was a huge cake, but I didn't know that the outside pillars were like wider than that, and I'd say about that height. That height. I didn't get told. I didn't get the memo that I made 4 Swiss rolls with jam and cream. I made the lot and put them out, and then covered them in icing, and tried my best to stick these these Swiss rolls on 4 sides. I got the back ones on. The back ones were there, and they were looking great. And then I tried to put the front ones on, and the back ones went. They literally went like that, and they dropped. And I was like, oh, it's okay. But the icing was all like cracked and all over the place. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to re-ice these. And as I went to peel off the icing, it peeled off half the cake. So I lost my temper, which I never do really. The moral to the story is that cake never got delivered.
You made another one.
I made another one. And then I looked online, and this woman was like, yes, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this toilet roll holder and cover it in icing. Well, no, it wasn't toilet roll, it was kitchen roll. Kitchen roll! Cardboard kitchen roll, people. Yeah. So after that I realised that making cakes was not a good idea. Well, it wasn't the best, was it?
No, it was funny though.
It was funny. And there was quite a lot of people in the house at the time as well. And when they heard me like going, beep, 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 swearing, saying all the names underneath the sun, they soon legged it.
Yeah, knock.
Just not off. Shut a little window. Do you reckon that look like a good window?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect. And then what I'll do later is I'll put some little flowers on there once it's dried. But yeah, that's done. And I'll basically put this into the fridge now because I don't want to be messing about with it too much because it'll just start sweating too much. So I don't bore the hell out with you trying to explain things. I can think you kind of know what I'm doing. I'm doing the bits of decoration like the door and the windows. So instead of doing that, I'm going to play a bit of this. Enjoy. Bit of Josky.
Sipping on lemonade in an English garden in the shade. Would you like some more cream with your strawberries, Vicar? Deck chairs, we just laze around and wait until this food's gone down. Fancy spot of badminton, the midday sun. While on the other side of town, all the kids were getting down to a new style of music that someone called rock and roll. And it's amazing, it's so amazing, funny how 4 chords can mess up your daily plans. And it's amazing, it's so amazing, funny how 4 chords can mess up your daily plans. And the band ran out of tunes, and the sun went down to sleep, and all the kids went home in the stand of unknown. Chewing on some bubble gum, my mom. Save some for later, said the big fat nosy waiter. In the distance on the radio, Wimbledon was in far flow. And if there was rain, Cliff would come out and entertain. Now the fresh cut grass and the BBC, it's all just a little bit too much for me. Gonna go back under the shade with my guitar and my hearing aid. And it's amazing, it's so amazing. Funny how four chords can mess up your day plans. And it's amazing, it's so amazing. Funny how four chords can mess up your daily plans. And the band ran out of tunes, and the song went down the soon. And all the kids went home in the stand-up barn. Ain't it funny how the grass always looks so much greener? And it's amazing, it's so amazing, it's so amazing, it's so amazing. And it's amazing, it's so amazing, it's so amazing, it's so amazing. And it's amazing, it's so amazing, it's so amazing, it's so amazing, it's so
I did want to say a quick word and say please be patient with me. I do suffer from chronic pain and I do really struggle, and this is why I'm doing this channel, to put that message out there that it's okay that you're struggling and it's okay if you're in pain. You can do things, well, anything you want to do you can do. Don't let it hold you back. And this was a dream of mine to make cakes, especially this cake in particular, because I've wanted it since I was 4 years old. So to make it now is literally a dream come true, and you should make your dreams come true as well. Don't let any disability or anything hold you back. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, it's what's in here that matters. I hope you like, I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please put some love down below and comment, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.